Hey.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Good to see your face again. Hope everybody's happy to see ours. We took a little break there, didn't we?
Yeah. It was wild. I was back on the West Coast for a little bit. Parents have horrible Wi-Fi. I was like, this is barely working out here. It was moving, but we are back at it and hopefully going to get back on schedule of trying to get you guys up to date with what we're up to.
Yeah, we got stuff to talk about. I mean, the first thing I wanted to talk about is, like, you may have forgotten, it's been so long, but I used to have a mustache.
You did?
Gone and that is the most important thing to talk about, my facial hair. So we'll get it out of the way first.
Yeah,
that's what everyone my wife cannot kiss a mustache without hating it. So doing my duty as a loving husband, I got rid of it.
Yeah,
I am allowed to keep this, though. I say allowed, but anyway. We got to stay pirate as much as we can.
Exactly. You got to keep it at least a little bit.
Full on Bodie. Let's hit the ground running. We're gonna run with some updates on NFTD. There's been a lot of stuff that's been happening. It's been like a couple weeks. They've been slowly progressing, or actually, I don't even say slowly. It's been steadily progressing with Hopia. People who are playing weekly are receiving Hopia rewards. Those are showing up in your wallets. If you have your Solana wallet connected, now it has to be connected to the GG Collective website. They made a transition recently that you don't want your wallet connected in game for those purposes. You connect them to the GG Collective site, and there were some people that were having some complications there. We found out that if you disconnected your Ethereum wallet and then connected your Solana wallet and then reconnected your Ethereum wallet, that would sort it out. They may have even pushed it past that. I know Drew was doing a whole lot of back-end work on that, so I'm not sure exactly what the situation is now. But if you're playing and you want to check your balance, you can get your wallet connected, and then the contract information is now posted on the GG Collective site. There's a special channel. The NFTD links channel.
Yep.
You can go in there. It'll show you links, but then at the base of that, there's the contract information on Solana. So you can just plug that into whatever extension you're using, and the token should show up at that point. You'll be able to see how much you've got. You can go into the store there also, and you'll see the gate keys, but they're not available yet. We're all kind of waiting to see.
We are, yeah. It's
powers come out of those.
Well, shout out to Graham. He is. I feel like it's always like we just keep adding more and more onto Graham's plate of things he needs to do as building it out, and so he's working nonstop. With the retro build fix, as you see here, obviously the shift to having all of the wallet connection stuff on the site end instead of the game end was a big shift. But I remember Drew saying he was able to move something 1,000 lines of code or something from the game itself, because he's like, it can run so much easier now. Like, it doesn't have to check your wallet before every match, because it's not reading it from the game side. Yeah. So, it was something that we needed to do anyways. And yeah, I know it's been working pretty well for him so far. So
yeah, you mentioned the update to the classic game. Wanted to just zero in on that real quick. The new build has the charge system. 200,000 lines of code, Tim says. That's more than 1,000. That's a severe upgrade, I would say. Yeah. A little bit more efficient there.
Exactly.
Nice work, Drew. We love what you're doing. Anyway, there's a charge system now included with the classic game. And that means that you can play as much as you want. But if you want your game to count for the leaderboard, you have to use a charge. And there's a limited number. I think they have it at 5 per day. So you use those charges in advance of the game you're going to play. And then you hope you have a good one. I know that there's a lot of random stuff. Even if you have a great system like MetaMug, who seems to be indomitable at this game, even then you have to kind of rely on where the waves are coming from, especially late game, because if you got your towers in different spots, you can get overwhelmed pretty quick by by those waves. I think his right. He says he can't bust past wave 19, which is just mind blowing to me because I don't think I can bust past wave 9. Like, it's just
I get to wave. Yeah,
he's got a great strategy for that. I saw that but Camrar was challenging him. Gamer Zone's back in the game. He's really running up there. With some other Beelzebub was in there.
Mm-hmm.
I think the captain's in there. There's a bunch of people that are starting to really like make it a contest for him, but he still is the crowned king in that. And again, like you can play as much as you want if you want to practice, but if you want to get on that leaderboard, make sure you use a charge.
Yep.
We were talking a bit about the server, how things have been moved over to first of all the site, but we were also talking about this information was coming out of the GG server, and I don't know why I bothered even mentioning that segue. It was there, it worked great in print, and now it's like terrible live. But I beg your forgiveness. I wanted to just say that the GG Collective has a new channel for Spellborn right now, and I'm not going to go into Spellborn immediately because we want to get through a bunch of the other stuff for the collective. But there is a Spellborn channel underneath General. So we're going to start talking about things with Spellborn in there. It was kind of hidden in all the different servers. We were talking about it over in the Mooncast server. It was in the collective server, and sometimes it would just show up other places. But this is going to be a great way for us, especially once things start progressing towards guild play. Jesse has already set up the Monster McMonsterface guild, which is the official Bodhi guild for Spellborn, and we'll be discussing guild activities in there. They've spoken about a lot of different things that they want to do with guilds, but none of it's happening yet. So we'll wait for them to release some stuff. If you wanted to see the list of guilds, you can actually see it tagged there on the Spellborn wiki. If you go to their guilds tab, there's a bunch of people that have been able to register their guilds already, and we've got the Bodhi Dab as our one of our images.
One of the token memes, yeah.
Well, it's like the essentially the PFP for the guild.
Yeah, yeah.
So, other collective universe news. Doc leaked some stuff about the Cage Shop. They've put the Yield Pong Knights in stock. Now these aren't playable in game yet. That's gonna be coming soon. But you can pick them up if you have some Cade stashed from your gameplay earnings, and just wait in anticipation. I can see like stars and colors. It says rarity to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can even see, they're either 198 of 200 remaining. There's 100. There's only 50 of the thick knights with Tim once. Great. I like it.
And it wouldn't feel like a Gazette unless I actually attempted to decode some of what Jason Hughes says every week in this update. So Mooncast is apparently like flying. They are just plowing through some stuff to the point where Jason actually made a comment where he was like, I'm getting excited about this. We've knocked out such huge chunks of just things that needed to get done that it's just one of those things that's overwhelming him even. It's just like mind blowing. I think I heard a number about like 2 years worth of work crammed into 8 weeks, and that's a comparison from one thing to another thing without going too deep into it. But they just have the know-how now, and they're full stride. What's up?
Well, I think a big part of it as well is, the whole reason why we kind of came together, why Bodhi was so successful, because it was like, okay, well, we know that you know how to make a game and you have a team that knows how to work together to make a game. I don't need to tell you how to make a game. We don't need to tell you how to make a game. We just want to play what you want to build.
Yeah, right.
We basically, so it's been it is in their hands as far as, the collective doesn't tell them what to do. The Bodhi community doesn't necessarily tell them what to do. They're like, okay, if you kind of loosen the reins a little bit, they're running full speed in the right direction. So there's no reason for, they're able to do it how they want it without, they don't have to waste their time in
a quick tangent from that. Like it came up in conversation a couple of days ago, like in the right direction. they're talking about things that might happen soon. And I think the word Thune got thrown out there. Like, this has to be a Thune-free server. I was like, you know what? Like, Thune's okay if you haven't already sold us something, or if you're not saying it in order to sell us something. But you'll notice that, I mean, we had the Bodhi sale, but that wasn't them doing that. That was Bodhi. And yes, the money from Bodhi's being used to like finance this, but the team isn't selling us anything. They talked about there might be some things they want to sell, but Jason is also very clear that those are going to be things that if there is utility, it's going to be clear. And maybe they're talking about maybe a PFP project with no declared utility. I don't know. I don't know if he means that maybe they'll be able to work something in, but that it would just be, it's just a PFP, guys. This is just an NFT launch that's associated. But even so, like, none of that has happened yet. I'm okay with him saying soon, because that gives me an idea that if he's saying soon, he's not saying it because he just wants to rev us up. He's saying it because he's coming soon and he wants to let us know.
And I think they also want to let the game develop enough to where they have the opportunity to see where the Bodhi utility could fit in the best, right? Like, if you just try to jam it into something right off the gate, as that develops, that might become a huge bottleneck is moving forward is, okay, well, crap. How do we said we were doing this utility for this. How do we actually implement that now or whatnot? So by kind of letting the game develop a little bit first and then saying, okay, where could we now go back into it and add some utility? And then once it's ready to go, announce it. I think that's just how it should be. And so Hughes is very big on, he's like, the Bodhi community is the ones that are making this game happen. We want to do something, just we need to see what that's going to be. So I think has the community's interest completely at heart.
Yeah, I would say so too. Let's look a little bit at what I can interpret of what they've been doing. So Eric completed I'm going to read this so I don't sound like a complete idiot. A fully debugged, upgradable ERC 721 and ERC 20 contract, meaning that they can mess around with things and even make mistakes, and it's not the end of the world because they can just upgrade it. They can make changes to the contract itself, which is very good, very versatile, very helpful. It says from the sound of it, they're also able to use it like a test blockchain. How is he describing it? A mock implementation where they can plug things in using what would be blockchain integration without actually using the blockchain side of things. That's what I'm interpreting. It looked a lot like that. We have a revisitation of what we were kind of fantastically describing as the Mooncast Ogre. It's the JLPM 22 protocol, whatever app. I've extended that. We're gonna call it Jelly Pomo Tutu. I think it's a Hawaiian ogre, and so Jelly Pomo Tutu was actually giving the team some problems again, and they just I said they went full berserker mode, and in the description it seems like it was largely Angel and Maxi that they're just blowing through it with custom code in order to be able to make sure that strafing works, jumping. Apparently, Jelly Pomo Tutu has a problem with jumping and moving over uneven terrain. Well, we're going to take care of that. That's what I hear. And they even worked in like a 3-move attack combo, at least the prototypical version of it is what they said. So they've made some clear headway against all these little things that could get in the way because Unity just isn't playing nice with what they're trying to do. But they've got the workarounds, and it's looking really good. Jason also said that he somehow made the server work. So I don't know if that's the server client interactions. He said something about Kubernetes clusters. I was like, good, it works. He says that's very important because without a server, there is no Mooncast. That much I understood. So one of the things I did want to mention is he mentioned that some of the team got sick last week. So we're going to hope that they can heal up and feel good again. We hate getting sick, don't we?
Worst.
So I did say we'd get back to Spellborn. That's kind of the closeout for the collective stuff right now. Spellborn is one that's kind of near and dear to the collective heart because we've been reporting on it so much, and I know I've been digging in it. They're nearly 4 weeks into their public beta, and now most of the dev time has been spent like on bug fixes, and they've been doing a lot of UI improvements. The speed of your battles has improved like dramatically, so you can get into a battle and out relatively fast, especially compared to what it used to be. That was one of the big hangups I had early on, because it is a grinding sort of game when you're trying to level up your monsters and or go out and capture some more. And there was just so much delay from each action. That's gone. Like you have to actually like be paying attention, or you miss like the little news blurbs on what just happened and how much experience your guy earned and everything like that. So much smoother, much more enjoyable and easier to get things done within the game. But not just that stuff. They've also been bringing in some of these collaborations that they kind of had them in store for a while. The partnerships were announced, and now they're actually working. A lot of they've been just mini games a lot of times that they fit into as they're almost like side quests. The one that's live right now is with the Play Ember platform, and they are a mobile platform, Web3 focused, and they have Emby as their mascot there. Emby and Adam were kind of collaborating here to do a 2048 game, and I've never played a 2048 game before. It's kind of like it's kind of like one of those sliding puzzles mixed with what do you call it? Sudoku, really. You're moving numbers around, and you're trying to pair like numbers in order to be able to make your blocks get bigger numbers in them. But the point is that it's a fun little math game. It's just a side quest that if you do well at it, you can pick up these flame tokens that let you buy some of the like very difficult to find items for the game. In particular, the Mark of Janus, which is it allows you to change the ability of your monster, which can be massive if you do that right. Because yeah, certain monsters have abilities, and maybe you got the stats all right, but you got the wrong ability. Well, here that item will let you do that. And I think it's 3,500 flame tokens, which means that you have to do well, but that's still an opportunity to get a hold of one of those. And I hadn't gotten any of those from the random drop stuff the entire time I was playing. So being able to purchase them with these side quest tokens, it was massive in my mind. So really thankful for that. It's a good opportunity. Anyone that's playing, it's a fun number game. You know, you're seriously just using the arrow keys on your keyboard. So it's not it's just fun, and it's pretty easy too.
It's like a chill game, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't have to sweat over and be super intense.
You can click off of it, go do some other stuff, and come back, and you'll be right where you were before. You know, if you have to have a flame in order to make moves, and if you run out, then the board just stays there until you get more through the game. So it's just it's really chill. And like I said, the rewards are really good. So if you're in playing, definitely like look into that, because it's a great opportunity to pick up some harder to get items. Star Atlas, also near and dear to the collective. They have some big stuff happening over the next couple weeks. There's going to be a snapshot on August 8th that records everybody's ships. Now, each of your ships has come with crew to this point. They're going to be taking this snapshot, and then on the 9th, they said it's 3 p.m. Eastern time. And then the following day, on the 9th, they're going to do an airdrop. Now, they're going to be dropping crew packs. It's one crew pack per crew member. And the rarity of those is based on the rarity of your ship. So the people that have the bigger ones, they're going to get some rarer crew packs. I think the rarity there just determines your random chance of getting like a super exciting crew member.
Yeah, one of the high tier ones or whatnot.
Yeah, I think the anomalies maybe in those packs. Most they're like really hard to get a hold of though. Definitely legendaries. You can get a hold of them, but it's random chance. They're also separating components now from the ships, and so after that point, if you buy a ship from the marketplace, it will not come with crew anymore. You're going to have to get the crew separately. But those of us that already have the ships, we're going to be able to get crew packs to outfit the ships that we already have. So that's really cool.
For sure.
And then
That's
and
the
then
way
on
you should
August,
do it.
what's that?
That's the way you should do it. As far as, okay, if you want to add in another element or something down the road, don't make the people who have already come in and, you know, people who have scraped together to buy their ships and stuff. Now they're like, oh shoot, am I going to be able to play them without crew packs now or whatever?
Yeah.
So doing an airdrop like this is I like it.
We knew that they had crew because, like, you needed, in order to be able to do crafting, you needed crew. And so when you were buying your ships, you had those. But what you had to do prior to this is you had to like sideline your ships and crew in order to be able to do crafting at a certain location. Yep. And now, if you wanted to, you can buy more crew than you have space for on your ships, and you can keep them just for the star base in order to be able to do the crafting or whatever. And it also, like, you finally have the versatility, right? You're going to get the crew specialization. You know, like your medic is not going to be the one that you want piloting your ship. So if you've got a nice enough ship that there's room for a medic on it, that's great. Make sure you got some pilots to fly those things around. But the point is that you're going to be able to not only assign those, you're also going to be able to upgrade them. So it just gives a whole new element to the game, a much deeper and more personalized element to what you're working with. And they are going to be selling crew packs starting on August 13th. So it's going to be 8th for the snapshot, 9th for the airdrop, and then 13th there's going to be pack sales. And then they said that Sage Labs should have support for all of this by August 20th. So they're looking at banging all this out over the space of like 2 weeks, a week and a half, 2 weeks. So stay tuned. I mean, that's still a week or so off. So you got a little bit of preparation time. Also, if you're really, I mean, there's lots of ships out there. Where's my "this is not financial advice," man? Because it's not. But if you like Star Atlas, you can still get in on the airdrop by picking up ships now. Exactly. That's all I'm going to say about that. Wow, another one that we've been talking about in the Discord servers, and we'll close out with this one. Wild Forest just finished up it was officially Play to Airdrop Season 2. It was a 28-day season, and they just flowed right into the next season. Now, they said that Season 2 was the last Play to Airdrop season. So they don't have a live Wild Forest token on the blockchain yet. I don't know if their intention is to actually get that all up and running. Maybe they managed to pull that off. We'll wait and see. A lot of the things in game actually depend on that Wild Forest token, and so the server bound token, the soft token, has been used all throughout Season 2. You were able to use it to upgrade your units from one rarity to the next. But we don't have the blockchain based token yet, and they've kind of made it difficult to get a hold of the soft token. I like the way that they're going about that. In order, like they definitely got the brakes on with their distribution. They had a set amount that they airdropped for Season 1. There's a set amount that they're airdropping for this Season 2, and then they are allowing people to pick some up. We mentioned the Signal Fire on the Wild Forest website. It's just something. It's just a click thing where you perform a blockchain transaction. You just pay a gas fee essentially, and then the Signal Fire lights. And then after 12 hours, you can claim whatever it is that comes as a result of that. And sometimes it's a random chance to get the WF token. And again, like it's useful to have it because you need it in order to upgrade your NFT units. And also, they've made it that it's 300 WF tokens in order to be able to purchase the premium battle pass. There were a lot of people that didn't have the opportunity to do that because they just didn't have enough tokens. And so what they also did was made the battle pass available on the Forge shop. We talked about that, where you could we took all of our beta season units and we're able to convert them into essence. I can see that everyone's eyes are glazing over. This is a whole lot of like math, but it's okay. You can buy the season pass a couple different ways. Yeah. Anyway, and then within the premium season pass, you can actually get WF tokens. So it's like 150 tokens if you make it all the way through the battle pass. So that's a nice little cash stored up for the next season. You can add that to whatever you got from the airdrop, and hopefully you'll be able to just get that outright next time. Anyway, the new season, they just flowed right into it. It was the gameplay is the same. They have a marathon, like it's essentially like a challenge that if you can win 3 matches per day throughout the entirety of it, you just kind of progress. It's almost like a separate battle pass. Which is pretty cool. You do get things incrementally too. You don't have to make if you miss a day, you haven't like lost everything.
Yeah.
But if you do make it all the way through, there's some premium prizes at the end there.
Nice.
One of the other things that they did recently, they were noticing they were kind of taking an evaluation of the units that were being minted, and they wanted to really restrict the way that botters were taking advantage of it. So for now, what they've done is they've required a minimum rating of 1,000. And I will tell you, I was playing pretty regularly, and I kind of got over 1,000. And I'd get beat back down. Again, I was also playing almost entirely free to play, but even so, it's an effort to get up there. So that it does seem like it would be something that would discourage botting, because then you just have to grind and grind in order to be able to get that to happen anyways. So that's a temporary solution. The next thing that they want to do is also implement a reputation score, and they haven't disclosed how they're going to go about that. They're waiting to really kind of flesh that out themselves before they present it to the public. But that's in the meantime, we have this minimum 1,000 rating points in order to be able to mint your units. And again, it's once per day you can mint an item, or you have an opportunity to. You have to be quick on the buzzer, because there's a lot of people that are trying to get it done and they have a limited number per day. But you want to be able to, if you want to be able to, you still have to have that minimum 1,000 score.
Yeah.
Last thing I wanted to talk about with them is they let us know some of the numbers. It looks like they are getting 52,000 daily active wallets. 125,000 new installs in July, and all-time installs up to 286,000. So those seem to be pretty good numbers. What's your take, Blake? How's it doing?
I mean, I would think, some people might. I feel like whenever you see numbers, a lot of people like to make the argument, which is a good argument, of like, okay, how long are those people actually playing the game? Are they just coming on to collect their daily reward and get off? I think even if that is the case, if you have 52,000 people a day coming and clicking something on your game, you're doing something right. And so
I agree.
I think those are great numbers, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I know Jeffy Saylor jumped into Discord with us, and he mentioned that he got into it. He was playing it. We were kind of discussing different games for Tim to play, and we brought this one up. Hopefully everyone's been able to enjoy it. And at this point, it's a fun game. The matches are relatively short. In fact, you can concede right away if you want to. So like an early mistake means that you're really behind the game. So if you can just get out of the game, give them the win.
Take your L.
And that's another really cool thing that I liked about it too, that your battle pass like objectives, you get I think it's like 7 battle pass objectives each day, and they'll stack up too. Like if you miss a day or you just don't complete them, they'll just kind of like stack up off screen. You only have 6 active at a time, but if you just want to work on battle pass objectives and you don't care about your rating, you can just like say you have to build mines. You just start building mines and completely ignore the fact that you're losing tremendously to the opponent. And then just like, okay, I can't build any more mines because he's smashing me, and just go to the next game. Yep. So there's some real flexibility with it that I like, that if you can be in it to be a uber competitor, or you can just be in it to enjoy it and kind of like move your way through. And maybe once you've built up a better squad, then you can feel like going and being competitive. But you don't have to do both at the same time. So I really like that about it.
I mean, it's like, even like back when when Fortnite first came out, and me and my buddies were like in early high school when we play it, and the weekly challenges would come out, so we'd all jump into the game or whatever, try to go land wherever, do our challenges, and then we'd leave the game. And then we'd be like, okay, that's the first of the weeklies done. Okay, let's get all the weeklies done in like 2 hours or whatever. That way we don't have to think about them for the rest of this time. If you have kind of like limited ones in that capacity, I think it's cool as well, because it was kind of like a race. Like, okay, let's just get this done so we can get the rewards, and then we like don't have to worry about it. Because some of them were like tough. I'm like, this is gonna take us like 5 tries to be able to actually do this without dying. So let's give ourselves enough time.
Yeah, the objectives for Wild Forest aren't too difficult. Some of them just take longer. There's like more of it. Instead of killing 10 of these guys, you might have to kill 100 or 150, and it's like that. So you're going to get rewarded better as far as points towards your battle pass, but it also takes a bit longer just because. But that's what we got for this installment. It's good to be back. I can say that much.
Feels great.
We're eager to keep you guys up to date. Please let us know if there's something that you want us to track for you, because we would love to talk about it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let us know in general chat. Ping us on a direct channel if it applies to something else. I mean, we're here. There's no wrong place. So, all right, everybody. We'll have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks a bunch, guys.
See you guys.